The weekend is here where we discuss anything and everything that has to do with football. Dumelang mapara le maparagadi, ka lebitso ke lekoko, your host of Mzansi Fundis. As usual, ha ke va ke le one. Vandag ke tshwere SC le Mamphosa. Gentlemen, le grand.
Nah, Rishab. I nak sharp.
Why got a Rishab? Mara re tla dila yona ke a bona man dipelo di botlhoko. Bafana ba win.
Why can't people just read their emails that
all right.
suspended?
Well, a lot has happened this week. The inboxes about to, they are flooded. The mail did Grenadier Lego spam. Gavin Hunt, 1,000 game hangover.
0.5.
Bafana, top their group. Gents, we should be celebrating and we should be happy because Bafana about top Reshap, whom not man, Reshap about to left, right, and center. Why like what diligence?
On that note, I think we're right because if you look at what Hugo Bruce was saying, he was trying to avoid this whole entire thing. Or there's a controversy around. It's not even a controversy; it's a blunder. And I wonder what's the sanction for such an incident. Maybe Tampoza whatever incident.
Mara, we can't afford to be having such blunders now when we've finally gotten the football aspect right.
Before SC comes in, what did we do in Mbombela? Which department let us down?
So are you saying
we are back there again?
We are back there again.
We can't read emails. We don't know the implications of certain things. I mean, this is not the first time that it happens in South Africa. It's now, somebody was supposed to read an email. We had to wait for Nigerians to tell us. It's not even we found out that we made a blunder. We were told by Nigerians that, hey, there's a
actually
false hope that they had that maybe they will take the points. And that is the sad thing. It is somebody whose job to make sure that such things don't happen because Hugo has done well. When was the last loss that Hugo Bruce had? How long ago was that?
In the AFCON, yeah.
When Hugo arrived, there was 10 fans at the stadium and it was their family members. Now stadiums are getting packed. Now there's belief in Bafana. Now there's competition in the team. And now you're sitting and you're saying, we can't do this to him. No. Somebody has done
Let alone to the players. You know, you imagine the effort they put in to push the team to such lengths. And the next thing, such as I don't want to use such a word that I'm thinking of, but when you look at it, you ask yourself so many questions around it. Administratively, Mpho is right, it's been poor. You look at the ladies' team, it's the same story. We can write a book about this whole entire thing when it comes to Safa, and Safa needs to fix their house in order. You know?
It's the fact that things maybe are not being fixed continuously, the fact that there is no responsibility taken by anyone.
Yeah, you could be on the money right there, you know, Cox, when you look at it. You know, right now we're sitting here, we could be asking questions around certain positions within the Safa rankings. You know, you look at it at the same time and you ask yourself questions to say, what is actually happening? What is actually happening? I mean, administratively, we shouldn't be here. You look at the leagues, you look at the team in itself, look at the rankings, how we are busy going up, and we find ourselves in this position. Somebody has to be fired, in my opinion.
No. Mamphosa, who's this somebody that has to be fired?
Before you get to somebody, people resign, I unresign. People get fired, I come back. The advocate was the CEO and we were told he left SAF, but you see him back. The technical director resigned and there were some conditions which were put, he's back.
We usually expect the merry-go-round to be with coaches, but it seems Safa...
Exactly. But remember, then responsibilities, roles and responsibilities then change. Because who did the FIFA send that email to? Because they send it to two people who would be in the group that should know that this is happening. And those are the things that you need to be able to have. This is the same Safa that is saying we can't. So it means that Bafana are not paid because Safa does not have money. Because they're not paying salaries.
Well, on time, let's give them the benefit of the doubt on time.
40 days now, in the month at Safa is now 40 days, and you still expect excellence from the very same people. So those are the things, and you then say, how is the organization is letting its members down? Because you're now saying the league, the PSL, you've got 3 teams that are playing in continental tournaments. The national team is number 1, but the office, not a boot to this thing.
So, SC, my question is, does the fact that Teboho Mokoena was being put outside Benin and indirectly an admission of guilt or Nali made it?
No, I think it was an admission of guilt when because you don't want to even make the situation even worse, you know. You want to put it behind your back, you know, and not have to worry about 2 games especially. What if now FIFA comes back and says, "When how mamelo?" We need to punish you even further. So to be on the safe side, you do that as a coach and the technical team to say, you know what, because we've noticed this ourselves, after somebody had mentioned it, it's fine, let's keep you there and then let's play the game. And they won the game against Benin.
All right, in other news, Mamposa, there's a coach that has left SuperSport. Letter has been put out and it was expected. I mean, we spoke about this last week already.
Look, I think it was to be expected. But in this, Gavin Hunt is a brilliant coach. His CV speaks for itself. What he's done for South African football, the players that he's brought through. But for the moment in time, where SuperSport are, because you've got to look at 2 ways. Yes, Gavin Hunt has been brilliant before. He's the coach that won the 3 leagues for SuperSport in a row. He's the one that's made sure that players come through promotion and all those things. But at this moment, it's not working. You are now staring relegation in the face because you are now playing in 14, 15, 16. The only reason why they're above Royal AM is because Royal AM, man, maybe there's a new owner, who knows. That, and you don't want to be sitting as the board of SuperSport United being saying what is happening. So it then therefore gives whoever comes in enough time to be able to say, let's try work the remainder of the game, the 9 remaining games that you are. I mean, people there by number 8, you can still catch them.
And also, without disrespecting Gavin Hunt, as Mpho is saying, he is a brilliant coach, you know, and you look at how he pushed his team and in terms of his squad. You look at the players that he had. You look at the injuries that were in the team as well. Were they refreshing the team enough for him to say, okay, we'll bring in players that will help you? Was it too late when they brought in players such as Maboe on loan and all that? And you look at the controversies. Here's a controversy that I saw. Abubakar Nasir comes back into the Ethiopian team and he scores a hat-trick. But when he's here in South Africa, we are told that the guy is injured. So you look at such things and you ask yourself questions when you look at the SuperSport team, because you've got a quality player that comes into the qualifiers and does something like that.
So Kevin, quickly, 10 seconds, he can't complain about, because his complaint was about players, quality and the player that he has in the team. So you can't complain.
Not a chance.
All right. Coach Gavin could not complain about quality, but quality by SuperSport. Unfortunately, that's all we have for this segment. Do make sure you stay with Mzansi Fundis. It is your show of choice where we discuss anything and everything that has to do with Tiskiamo Mzansi.